Alrighty, folks, Gold Club members cashed in on 5 more plays on my premium page yesterday. On Thursday, we had Tampa Bay, the Tigers, Cubs over in the Seattle game. We also had the Washington Mystics in the WNBA. The only way you could have accessed all those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club membership. Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And it's also going to improve our record to 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays on my premium page as well. And if you sign up for that daily best play, it's only going to cost you just 6 cents a day for 30 days worth of access. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my free pick video here today for Friday, June 27th, 2025. Happy Friday to you. Congratulations. The weekend's finally here. You made it. Of course, if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And folks, we're currently 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays, 2-0 in our last 2 extra daily picks, 2-0 in our last 2 chairman plays, and finally, folks, we are 2-0 in our last 2 Gold Club plays in that package alone. And the good news is I've got plays going off in all of those packages here today, and they're all included with your Gold Club membership. Now, folks, real quick, I also have plenty of free content on my premium page as well. That includes my current overall win-loss record. You can access that right now in the post section. You don't have to pay for anything to take a look at my current overall win-loss record. Overall, every single play I've ever put out on Patreon, every single package broken down, really good stuff. I currently have over 2,600 members who are signed up and active on my premium page as of right now. With that, folks, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. Mets, Pirates, 640 East. The Mets are minus 145, totals 8.5. David Peterson for New York, Mitch Keller for Pittsburgh. The Keller's just 1-10 on the year, really not getting a ton of run support. The Pirates average under 3.3 runs a game. And they're facing a Mets pitching staff who tends to throw well on the road. They're nearly in the top 5 in fewest runs allowed in their travels. And the Mets have David Peterson on the mound here tonight. 5-3 record, ERA in the 2s. When it comes to the total, the Mets saw 61% of their road games this year stay under the total. Also 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with the Pirates. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. And during that time frame, the Bucks were held to just 7.1 hits per 9. Give me the Mets minus 145, under 8.5. All right, Athletics, Yankees. Not listed on our big screen. It's listed for tomorrow, but for today, not listed on our big screen. Athletics, Yankees, 705 East. The Yankees are minus 245. Totals 8 runs. Will Warren for the Yankees. Mitch Spence for the A's. Now, Spence has recorded just 2 wins on the year, and A's pitching has killed these guys for much of the season. The Athletics are in the bottom 3 in runs allowed per game, and they're facing a powerful Yankee lineup who's in the top 5 in runs per contest. Aaron Judge has hit 28 homers, 63 ribbies, OPS of 1180. And Trent Grisham, he's got 15 homers, on base percentage of 351. And out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head gatherings, the Bombers have shelled Athletics pitching. New York averaged 6.2 runs per game during that time frame. No real surprise here, folks. The overcast in 60% of those head-to-head contests. So once again, if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. I like the Yankees minus 1.5. over 8 runs. Rays, Orioles, 7:05 East. Tampa Bay is -130, totals 8. Ryan Pepio for the Rays, Tomo Sugano for Baltimore. And as good as Tomo's been, the O's have lost 4 out of their last 5 games. They've definitely struggled on the mound at Camden Yards. Baltimore's in the bottom 3 in runs allowed on their own diamond. And they're facing a Rays team who has little problems getting on base. The Rays are a top 5 hit-producing team. Aranda hits .329, on-base percentage in the 400s. Camanero's hit 20 homers, 51 ribbies. When it comes to the total, it's the O's who've actually seen 5 out of their last 8 divisional home games get over the number. Give me Tampa Bay -130, over 8 runs. Twins, Tigers, 7:10 East. Detroit's $1.20, totals 9. Sawyer Gibson-Long for the Tigers. David Festa for Minnesota. And Festa's recorded only 1 win this year, not getting a ton of run support. The Twins are a bottom 10 run-scoring team. And they're facing a Detroit pitching staff who definitely throws well at Comerica Park. The Tigers allow under 3.6 runs a game in their own stadium. Starting pitcher Sawyer Gibson-Long comes into today's matchup with a whip of 1.08. Now, total-wise, the Tigers have seen 61% of their home games stay under the number this year. Meanwhile, 8 out of Minnesota's last 11 divisional road games stayed under the total themselves. I like Detroit -120, under 9. Padres, Reds, 7:10 East. San Diego's $1.35, totals 8.5. Dylan Cease for the Pods, Nick Martinez for Cincinnati. And both pitchers with some sloppy outings this season. Cincinnati's Martinez is 4-8 with an ERA of 4.40. Meanwhile, San Diego's Dylan Cease is just 3-6 with an ERA of 4.43. Of course, at the plate, both teams with the ability to put up some runs. Manny Machado's got an on-base percentage of .360, club leader in ribbies. Fernando Tatis, he's the team leader in home runs. Meanwhile, for the Reds on the other side, Elly De La Cruz, 18 homers, 55 RBI. TJ Friedl, on-base percentage, high 300s. 6 out of these teams' last 10 outings got over the total, respectively. I like the over 8.5. Cardinals, Guardians, 7:10 East. St. Louis is $1.25, totals 9. Sonny Gray for the Cards, Luis Ortiz for Cleveland. And despite a handful of shaky outings, Ortiz has still racked up the strikeouts. He's punched out 91 batters in 81-plus innings. And out of their last 10 gatherings with St. Louis, these Cleveland pitchers have certainly had their way. They held the Redbirds to just 3.2 runs a game during that span. And no real surprise here, folks. The Cards averaged just 6.9 hits per 9 during that stretch as well. And they're facing a St. Louis squad who's got a losing record on the road. They've actually been shut out in back-to-back ball games here over the past few days. And when it comes to the total, 6 out of the Cards' last 10 gatherings with Cleveland did stay under the number. Guardians games went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Give me the Guardians +105, under 9. Blue Jays, Red Sox, 7:10 East. Toronto's $1.20, totals 8. Jose Barrios for Toronto, Brian Bayo for Boston. And Bayo's recorded only 2 losses this season. He's definitely backed by a fairly decent lineup of sluggers. The Bo Sox are nearly in the top 5 in runs per game on their own diamond. And they're facing a Toronto team who dropped 4 out of their last 7, losing record on the road. And out of 22 divisional contests, the Blue Jays have also got a losing record as well. 3 out of the Blue Jays' last 4 on the road did get over the number. 7-3 to the over in their last 10, any location. Give me the Bo Sox +$1, over 8. Phillies, Braves, 7:15 East. Atlanta's $1.50, totals 9.5. Bryce Elder for Atlanta, Mick Abel for Philadelphia. Now, Abel's recorded only one loss this season, whip of 1.16. These Phillies pitchers have been tough to hit against on the road. They're holding their competition to just 3.5 runs a game in their travels, and they're facing an Atlanta squad who struggles making contact with the baseball. The Braves are in the bottom 5 in strikeouts per game at home, and as a team, the Braves took the loss in 4 out of their last 7. Now, both teams with unders in 7 out of their last 10 outings, respectively. I like the Phils plus 130, under 9.5. Giants, White Sox, 740 East. San Francisco's $1.65. Totals 8.5. Landon Rupp for the Giants. Aaron Savali for Chicago. Now, Savali's got just 1 win on the year. ERA close to 5. And no real surprise, these White Sox pitchers are in the bottom 10 in runs allowed per game. They're facing a Giants team who's done a nice job against Chicago pitching. They're averaging nearly 5.1 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head gatherings. Once again, historical trends, think about that one there. Now, as far as this season's concerned, the Giants are in the top 3 in walks per game at the plate. Matt Chapman, on-base percentage, 360. Wilmer Flores, 54 runs batted in. Now, total-wise, 5 out of the White Sox last 6 at Rate Field got over the total. 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. I like San Francisco, minus 165, over 8.5. Mariners, Rangers, 805 East. Both clubs are minus $1.10. Pretty much a coin flip. Total 7.5. Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers. Logan Gilbert for Seattle. 8 out of these teams' last 10 meetings did get over the total. Mariners are a top 3 run-scoring team on the road. Cal Raleigh, 32 homers, 69 ribbies, leads the league in both of those categories. J.P. Crawford, on-base percentage, nearly in the 400s. 6 out of the Mariners' last 7 on the road did get over the total. And as far as the Rangers are concerned, Adolis Garcia leads the clubhouse in ribbies. Josh Smith with an on-base percentage in the mid-300s. I like the over, 7.5. Cubs, Astros, 8:10 Eastern start. Another coin flip game here. Both clubs minus $1.10. Total 9. Brandon Walter for Houston. Cade Horton for Chicago. And Horton's recorded only 1 loss this year. ERA in the 3s. And these Cubs pitchers are also in the top 10 in fewest runs allowed on the road. And they're facing a Houston pitching staff who arguably is better. They're leading the league in strikeouts per game on the mound, actually fanning nearly 11 hitters a game in their own building. The starting pitcher, Brandon Walter, comes in the Friday start with an ERA in the 3s, 1.10 whip. Now, total-wise, the Astros' last 3 straight at home fell under the total, 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me the under 9 runs. Rockies, Brewers, 8:10 East. That's another game we're missing here. The app is not working too well today. Rockies, Brewers, 8:10 East. Milwaukee's the $2 favorite. Totals 9. Jose Quintana for the Brewers. Kyle Freeland for Colorado. Now, Freeland's just 1-8 on the year. Not getting a ton of run support. The Rockies are currently averaging just 6.8 hits a game on the road. That's lowest in the league, and no real surprise. This Rockies lineup strikes out double-digit times a game in their travels, and they're facing a Milwaukee pitching staff who's been tough to hit against at home. The Brewers are in the top 5 in strikeouts per game on their own diamond. The starting pitcher, Jose Quintana, is 5-2 with an ERA in the 2s. When it comes to total, Brewers games have gone 63% to the under at American Family Field. Rockies games have gone 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Brewers minus 1.5, under 9. Dodgers, Royals, 8:10 East. The Dodgers are $1.65. Totals 9.5. Dustin May for the Dodgers. Noah Cameron for Kansas City. And Cameron's had some real good stuff this season. ERA of 2.08, whip of .97. And this Royals pitching staff has definitely kept these guys in ball games. They're in the top 3 in fewest runs allowed per contest. And they're facing a Dodger team who definitely struggles making contact on the road. You know, LA's in the bottom 10 in strikeouts per game in their travels. And starting pitcher Dustin May, he comes into Friday's matchup with a losing record on the year. It's actually just a 4-5 record thus far in the season. Now, total-wise, the Royals' last 4 straight at Kauffman Stadium stayed under the number, 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Royals plus 1.5, under 9.5 runs. Another matchup, not on our big screen for whatever reason, but it's going to be Nationals-Angels, 9:38 East. The Angels are minus $1.75, totals 8 runs. Jose Soriano for the Angels, Jake Irvin for Washington. Now, Irvin's 6-3 on the year. Nats have covered the run line in 5 out of their last 6 on the road. And at the plate, well, Washington does a great job making contact. They don't strike out a whole bunch at the dish, and believe it or not, the Nats are a top 10 run-producing team on the road. James Wood, 22 homers, 63 ribbies, 6th in the league in OPS. C.J. Abrams, double-digit homers, on-base percentage in the mid-300s. When it comes to the total in this one, Nats games went 4-2 to the over in their last 6 on the road, 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. I like the Nationals plus 1.5, over 8 runs. With that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Marlins D-backs, 9:40 East. Arizona's $1.90, totals 8 runs. Merrill Kelly for the D-backs, Yuri Perez for Miami. Now, the Marlins are on a 4-game winning streak, 29 total runs they scored during that stretch. And believe it or not, Miami averages nearly double-digit hits a game in their travels. Stowers leads the lineup in homers and ribbies. Edwards with an on-base percentage of .363. And out of 38 contests away from Miami, Marlins have covered the run line in 63% of those road games. They're facing an Arizona squad who's definitely struggled covering the run line at Chase Field. They've got a losing record against the number in their own building, and a lot of that is on the pitching. Arizona's in the bottom 5 in runs allowed per game. Now, Diamondbacks contest went 7-3 to the over in their last 10. I like the Marlins plus 1.5, over 8 runs. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Mets minus 145, under 8.5. Yankees minus 1.5, over 8 runs. Gold Club members cashed in on 5 more premium plays on my premium site yesterday. Tampa Bay minus 130, over 8. Tigers minus 120, under 9. I like the over 8.5 in that Padres-Reds game. Guardians plus 105, under 9. Red Sox plus $1, over 8. Phillies plus 130, under 9.5. Giants minus 165, over 8.5. Give me the over 7.5 in that Mariners-Rangers matchup. I like the under 9. Cubs-Astros. Brewers minus 1.5, under 9. Royals plus 1.5, under 9.5. Nationals plus 1.5, over 8 runs. And give me the Marlins plus 1.5, over 8. With that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium page, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks, that Gold Club, package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.